Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason and I am your watch guy today. First of all, I'd like to apologise for not releasing any videos over the holiday period. I actually had a broken face and therefore I didn't really want to put that on camera. So we're back today with a Pagani design. Before YouTube can absolutely kill my algorithm, I thought we'd throw together another video on the Pagani Speedmaster Homages. They've re-released these with meteorite dials, and we all know that I love a meteorite dial. Now this one has been sent to me by the Pagani Design AE official store on Aliexpress. I've linked them in the description. If you'd like to pick one of these up, the last time I checked the price, they were around £96. Still below £100 for a meteorite style dial. Obviously, I don't think this one's come from space, but meteorite style dial, I think it's not a bad deal, and the watch itself is very well made, as we saw in the last iterations. But let me turn this camera around and let me introduce you to the latest in the line of the PD-1701. So guys, this is the third Pagani Design Speedmaster Homage that I have reviewed on the channel. And honestly, they had something a little bit different each time. The last one I reviewed was the all gold and green dial, which was absolutely stunning. This time around, they've added some meteorite dials to the lineup. Now, this one has come from the Pagani Design AE official store on AliExpress. It was the Trendy Men's Watch store, I believe. They've updated their name. This is the PD-1701 and it will cost you £96 at the moment. You can pick them up slightly cheaper if you don't include a bracelet. I think it comes in around 87 without the bracelet. I'd always say go for the bracelet because you can always add a strap afterwards with not much difficulty. Let's talk about the dimensions of this one. It is the same casing that we are used to on these, 41.6 millimeters in diameter. It is 9.4 millimeters thick, nice and slim here. Obviously a quartz movement, which will help that. Lug to lug, it is 47 millimeters, and these lugs are 20 mil lugs. The big upgrade to this is obviously the dial. The rest of the watch stays pretty much the same. We have a really nice level of finishing around the casing, especially for this type of price range. For sub £100, this polishing and brushing is pretty fantastic. Excuse the fact that I haven't taken all the blue tab off of the crown just yet. The high polish really does accent the rest of the casing very nicely, and that's one of the things I've always loved about the Speedmaster, about my Speedmaster in fact. This one obviously not to the same standard, but still does give you that really premium polished accent to the side of the lugs, especially with that curvature, which is really, really nice. So let's talk about the actual specifications of the piece before we move into the changes to the dial. This one is 100 meters water resistance. It is packed with the Seiko VK movement. That is a mecha quartz chronograph movement, and as you can see, it gives us this very nice sweeping chronograph hand. Now if we stop that and snap it back, it snaps back like a mechanical chronograph would, which is a really nice premium effect. We have a ceramic bezel insert, which differentiates from the original. The original is a aluminium bezel insert, I believe. Sapphire crystal does have a really nice dome effect to it. Screw down case back. I'll show you the case back because it's actually quite nice. It does suit the watch very well. We have that spaceship orbiting what I presume would be the moon, a few planets around the outer edge. Usual information around the outer edge of that case back too. That is a screw down case back. One addition is the screw down crown on this piece. The original is just a mechanical chronograph and therefore doesn't have the screw down crown. It has a hand winding motion. As you can see there, second position is actually the handset. The first position is a ghost date position, unfortunately. That doesn't really bother myself, but I know it does bother a couple of you guys out there, so always worth mentioning. The crown is signed and it does have a good level of grip to it. Nice to see the logo on there. Now, as we move into the dial, it's obviously an absolutely fantastic looking piece. That ice blue meteorite style really does do it for me. The applied indices throughout the dial sit on what seems to be an outer edge to the chapter ring. Chapter ring is printed and it does have a almost vinyl effect to it, which is really nice to see. We do have lume points throughout this piece. Up at the 12 o'clock, we have the Pagani design logo that is applied to the dial, followed by the Pagani design chronograph print. The only other print on this dial is the Japan movement down at the 6 o'clock either side of that indice. The subdials sit quite deep inside the casing. It does give you a level of depth. Now it does take away one of the things I actually love about the original, which is that the original does make it seem like the dial is pretty much on top of the crystal. Now, I know that not everyone will be bothered about that, therefore is what it is. But yeah, that is one of the things that did irk me about these homages. It was really nice to see that they have followed through with this iteration and used the black outer edge to the handset. I think that adds a little bit of distinction between the handset and the dial itself. The sub-dial hands are stark white, obviously very easy to read. We have a 24-hour counter over to the crown side, the minute counter to the 9 o'clock side, and down at the 6 o'clock we have the ticking second ticking away there. I will go into a lume shot. It is Pagani design standard, so you know what to expect. So as you can see, the Pagani standard of lume, again, does slightly let the watch down. However, we have some really nice points on this lume shot. The indices themselves are well lumed. We do have the double point up at the 12 o'clock, which does give you a little bit more of that Speedmaster type of vibe to the watch. The handset is starting to fade quite quickly. However, as Pagani designs go, this is probably loomed better than most of the ones that we have seen in recent years. They are starting to get a little bit better each time, and you know that's progress, I guess. It is nice to see that, and hopefully they do keep improving along the way with these watches. Now, as we move from the dial onto the bracelet, it is actually quite a nice bracelet. I will size this up shortly. We have a standard Pagani design milled clasp on here. Not a bad level of micro adjusts with the 3 levels of adjustment there. It is a standard clasp. It's not homaging any of the Omega clasps that I'm aware of. Pagani design etched into the center of that there. Brushed finishing. We have a really nice accented finish to the bracelet with that high polish through the center and the brushed links in between. Now, the size of these links really make these bracelets quite easy to wear. I'm going to get this sized up and we're going to get it on wrist. Then after that, we'll talk about the moan section. So this is the latest iteration of the PD-1701 on wrist, and honestly it catches that light really nicely. Obviously the same type of wearability as the last iterations. I didn't need any micro adjustments, but I did need to take out pretty much all of the links on this one. Now, I don't think it will be too suitable for anyone 6-inch wrist and below. I think that is probably the cutoff for you guys. One thing that I will mention, and this will segue into the moan section, there isn't the best finishing on the edge of the bracelet itself. Definitely a little bit of a sharper case in this one. I mean, I've seen people say that certain Pagani design cases can cut you and leave you maimed, and that's just not true. But this one isn't one of the better finished cases that I've had in from them. Overall, however, I think the watch has finished very nicely. I think that the dial is absolutely gorgeous, and I think that it adds another level to this series of pieces that Pagani design are releasing. I think that it adds something new for a lot of people, someone that wants to be a little bit more eccentric with their choice. I like that they're taking it away from the original design. You're never really going to nail the original Speedmaster design with how intricate that dial is and how nice and flat and well made it is. So it is nice to see them do something a little bit different with it and take it in a different direction for less than £100. I don't think it's a bad option. So guys, that is the latest from Pagani Design's Speedmaster line. I really do enjoy these watches. I think they're a fantastic buy, especially for someone just starting to get into the market. I do always say that these should be left for the sale period, just because of the discounts that become available on them. I think that is the best period for any of us to pick one of these up. And we know Aliexpress is like, there's always a sale around the corner. Thank you to the Pagani Design AE official store on Aliexpress for sending this one to me. I don't have to return it. It is a gift for the channel and I really do appreciate that. Please do keep that in mind as you go through this video. And if you did want to pick one up, I have an affiliate link in the description as well as a link to my online store where you can buy plenty of pre-owned watches. Thanks for watching this one, guys. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and I will hopefully see you soon in the next one.